All right, it's 9:30. We'll call the meeting to order. First item to approve the agenda.
We'll move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes, the October 12th, 2023 board meeting.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 3, letter of support for Ragbri. We received an email from Mark Rowe at GoPiv. Roughly every year, Tumawaplo County does submit an application for Ragbri. We haven't had Ragbri since 2016. Really good event. Brings a lot of the community together. So this is just a letter of support on behalf of the county supervisors to be signed by all of us to the Ragbri committee, selection committee, stating our support.
I think they are coming to the south side.
Yeah, it should be.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution number 53, 2023, abate nuisance at 318 Herman. You guys wanna?
It's a property that we've been in contact with the homeowner, and they basically refused to act accordingly to clean the property, get it in code, and it's progressively getting worse by day. We've been working on this one since in middle of last year. So about a year.
Couple months. This is where the camper's at, right?
Yeah, there was multiple campers at the time. They moved a couple.
They moved more in.
Since added a couple more, so.
We've had the sheriff with us on this side. I know they've been out there multiple times. Multiple complaints from this property.
I'll better if I cut that out of the way.
It's just
I make a motion to approve it.
second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution number 54, 2023, abate nuisance 6267 Clifton Road.
That, those two properties next there are owned by the same person who, is disabled, who lives out of town, split up with his wife, and now the daughter is in charge of those properties. Instead of cleaning them up, she's, hauling scrap out there, burning down buildings, and letting a bunch of people just kind of squat out there.
Is that where all the campers are?
DNR had multiple complaints. We got multiple complaints on it.
Is that where all the campers are?
No, there's no campers there.
Is it the house where the two burnt down?
They burned down a house, 2 houses and a barn. No. On that property. People living in one of the barns out back. It's been condemned now for 3 months.
Make a motion to accept those. 6267 Clifton.
Is that both of them?
We can only do one at a time.
Okay. I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution number 55, 2023, abate public nuisance 6275 Clifton Road. Next door property, correct?
Same property. Yep.
Make the same motion.
Second.
Any other discussion or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 7, personnel. A, request for payroll approval, change of employment, conservation tech.
And all the conservation ones are just moving them from salary to hourly.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Request for payroll approval, change of employment, conservation tech. Conservation tech.
Motion to approve it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Request for payroll approval, change of employment, conservation naturalist.
Motion to approve it.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Request for payroll approval, change of employment, conservation operation manager.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? E, request for payroll approval, change of employment, patient advocate, SCBH region. Marquita is ours, and with the changes at the region, we approved at our last board meeting that she would take over Monroe County as well.
Make the motion approved.
I'll second.
Any further questions, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Request for payroll approval, change of employment, jail administrator.
This replaces the jail administrator position with, Chris Lowe, the jail administrator, took another job within the county. And this moves, the assistant jail administrator up to jail administrator, and we're in the process of looking for a assistant jail.
Does he have to be clean shaven for that job?
No, not down there, no.
Show up.
Yeah, just show up.
Make a motion approved.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? G, request for payroll approval, new hire CO1. Fill a vacancy.
Yeah, fill a vacancy, yeah.
All these are correct.
Yep, except for the last one.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Request for payroll approval, new hire CO1.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Request for payroll approval, new hire CO1.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
J, request for payroll approval, new hire CO1.
Motion approved.
Second.
K, request for payroll approval, new hire part-time CO1.
This young man's a student at criminal justice program at Indian Hills, and as I talked to you guys in the past about part-time and giving us the opportunity to maybe groom or have that person that whether it's patrol or in the jail in the future to pick from, I guess.
Need a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Other business, sheriff's cash report first quarter 2023-2024. Need a motion to accept and file.
Motion to accept.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Other business to come before the board.
Has there been any more discussion about where EMS stands in the county as far as being an essential service, or any more discussions about that?
Not that I'm aware of.
We did have a meeting 3 weeks ago or
Probably
so
4 weeks ago.
with the hospital. They spoke very poignantly that they're committed to ambulance service. They started to increase
Hired
their
all new
staffing
staff.
and
Hired new staff. They have about 2 new ambulances. And they've dedicated that they will have 2 crews on all the time, minimum of 2.
I've heard that it necessarily hasn't been that way the last few weeks, but I don't know how often or, anything along those lines, but we haven't really had a lot of discussion here lately as far as, I think really kind of our next step is deciding if we take it to the voters or not.
So because the hospital is, recommitted, I guess, more ambulances, more staff, does that make it more likely to make it an essential service that way, or less likely, would you say?
Well, I would say less likely. In my view, it would be less likely because you have a private industry that's providing the service. It's definitely one of those things we have to monitor. It's not something we ever want dropped in our laps or, anything along those lines, but, at the same time, I'd much rather see a private entity, if they're doing it and doing it right, be the ones to do it.
Going back to the Ragbri thing, you said it'd been 7 years, I guess it's been since the Tomo hosted it. do you feel like it's time for Tumble hosted again? Because it seems like about every 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, because I think it was 2009, I think
Yeah.
was the other one,
So it
right?
seems like theoretically it's due to stop here again. I mean, wait,
And I think, like Darren said, it's due as a south route now. Cause it was up north, I think it's been up north the last couple of years.
yeah.
So we're kind of due to get it down in this area again. And like I said in the letter, I think it's one of those economically, it's wonderful for the community. I mean, the town hops for a night. And I don't think there's really a lot of issues. Especially from the riders and the people as part of RAGBRAI. And then it's a good community event. I mean, people come out for it. People are excited about it. And so, yeah, hopefully we get it again.
Do you think there's more to offer at Tumble this time around than there was 7 years ago? Because I mean, you look at the additional lodging at Bridgeview Center now, obviously, you know, the campground will obviously be made use of it, but you know, things have changed obviously in 7 years.
Well, I think the campground will always be a huge draw for us with the new shower house they have over there. The old shower house, I think, is still operational as needed. So I think that's something I would hope the city wouldn't get rid of until we find that out. Because that'd be great to have, you know, an extra shower house in that area. As far as the hotels, we're really right in the same number of hotel rooms now because the one out north has become assisted living or in the process of. So with losing that one, this one over here really kind of fills those voids with it. Seeing that the other hospital out there was doing some improvements, so hopefully that's something that we can capitalize on. But I think, are we in a better position now? Yeah, because I think a lot of the people that were a part of it 7 years ago or 8 years ago are still around, they're still here. There really wasn't a lot of, I don't want to call them screw ups by any means at all. I think Tumble and Wapello County showed up and did everything necessary. It was a great stop. It was one of the most talked about stops, I think, on that year's trip. And so I think we'll definitely be more well prepared just because we've been through it. Any other questions? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Was that not on the agenda or
No.
misunderstood? Okay.
Yep, I made a motion to adjourn.
You got a comment or
Yeah, you can.
he's commenting?
Well, we get up to date a little bit on what's going on out there. We won't have my back to a few people. We had the open house on July 8th, which is 80 years and 3 days for a big open house that the Navy had out there in 1943, where they had so many people, some of them never got into the gate. But we had a real good turnout for it and some really great comments. But as I look at the open house, it's mostly showing off the building. At this point, we didn't have very many displays, but it's also opened up some things that where other people are hearing about it and people are bringing things to us that they were saving, they didn't quite know what to do with. But well, back a little, Jerry, the supervisor have helped us so much over time there that Jerry cut the ribbon. And real happy to see that happen. And then, but a fella named Richard Beaver over between Cedar and Kirkville built a lot of models in the winter. He's a farmer and also built models. He's already brought us a model of the Arizona, about a 30-inch long model, I guess, on a stand covered with a glass cover. And he's got an 8-foot model of the battleship Iowa, which, as you know, has been restored out in San Diego. And it's had some damage, he's repairing that. And brought us 3 fighter planes, wingspans about like that, the Corsair and the P-51 and the F4 Hellcat. 2 of those flew off the carriers in the war. And that's what our guys were training to do. And we've got that downstairs, about 99% done. And the upstairs is most of it all sheet rock. We were looking here for me to finish the sheet rock in one big room. And buy the varnish to finish a lot of the floors up there and buy trim and everything. That's what I put in request for here, but time will tell. But anyway, we just have a little update. Our dreams are we want to have a big old building outside for big enough to store a ceremony, maybe a advanced trainer someday, and also get our workshop on the building because of the dirt and everything. We always gonna need a workshop, build displays and stuff like that. Also, we have 80-year-old cement in with around the building. I can deal with that sometime. And we have to see some ceiling on the building, but those glazed rocks turn water really well, but if they get straight, the glaze gets straight off, then they suck up water. So we've got to deal with some of that, so. Those are just things in the future, but we did some open hours after the open house, and my phone number is on the door, so if you have anybody in town and you want to do it, you fellows want to come out sometime, we'd love to have you. Oh, other thing I didn't mention, we had an enclosure on the back and put in one of these vertical platform lifts for handicaps, so we're fully handicapped accessible too. And you tend to get more handicapped people as they get older because they think about history. It's set up pretty good to this point. We're working on establishing endowment. I found out, I knew I guess, but I found out you don't get grants to put money in your endowment. You don't get grants to pay your utility bills. So we're working on an endowment to start building up to help pay some of those bills. So I guess that's little updates.
Larry, have you had much luck with other grant opportunities and
Yeah,
like here in the last
yeah.
say,
well,
couple
I-
years, I
I
guess?
didn't really check to see when Legacy grant was coming through. I could have gone there. Yeah, Legacy and Walpole County Foundation and you guys have really, we've had tremendous stuff with grants. And we appreciate all of them. And then we had a lot of individual donations. You know, the IRA, or traditional IRA, if you have to draw from that, is a real boon for people like us, because if you should give it away, you don't have to pay tax on it. Otherwise, you're gonna be taxed. And with the standard reduction, what it is today, it's probably gonna hit you. But don't spend wake up to us, but I don't see anybody in here open up to do that. Except me, and I'm plenty old, and that's where mine's on a lot of it in the church, my wife and I. So, okay, I bored you enough, I'm sure, but
Well, thank you for the update.
I'm sure
Thank you.
entertain you three coming out sometime individually or together and having, I don't know if any of you made it to the open house or
Yeah,
not.
me and Brian were both there.
I was gone in the afternoon for
Yeah.
personal stuff.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thanks, everybody.